All right. I'm sorry for the late video, but technical difficulties. This is a PDF file editor, and it lets me do some real cool things. And they have a special educator price. And so Hassan Ali came up with a wonderful question, number 10, part A, on page, what page is this? 239 there. So he gave me the page number. He gave me the question number, and he gave me which part of the question. So wonderful. I'll just erase that. Oh, what a cool mystery. Okay, so let's read this question and find out what it's asking us to do. Whenever you see this, that means it's the trickiest question. All right, so boys, girls, that's a hint. When you see this in grade 3, that means it's the tricky question. And so I'm not surprised that Hassan Ali has a question. So let's read it. Here is a schedule of activities for the trip to the outdoor nature center. So what they mean is this chart here, this is the activities. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at activity number 1. Snowboarding. No, that's not snowboarding. That's snowshoeing. Oh, snowboarding is so much more fun. Snowshoeing means you put these big things on your feet. They're like tennis rackets, and then you can walk on the snow. Now, Hassan Ali, I don't think you've gone snowshoeing in Pakistan, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. All right, and how much time are they going to do for the snowshoeing? It's from 1 o'clock to 1:50. Okay, so that's cool. I'm okay with that. Let's just erase. Oh, boys and girls. I shouldn't giggle with this. The next activity is bird watching from 2 to 2:30. My wife is a very big bird watcher, and that's why I should not have giggled. All right, so bird watching. Okay, snack time. All right, now this is my favorite activity, and it's from 2:40 until 2:55. So 2:40 to 2:45 to 2:50 to 2:55. That's 15 minutes of delicious, yummy food. Let's take a look at what Hassan Ali has asked about. And what color would you like, Hassan Ali? Yellow, green, or blue? Blue? Okay. So here's Hassan Ali's question. Why does the chart not show AM or PM? Now, the reason AM is from midnight to noon, or 12 o'clock. All right, so if I'm correct, I believe that this outdoor nature center is not going to do their activities after midnight. So when it says 1 o'clock, it doesn't mean 1 a.m. It means 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Because this 1 a.m., it's like an hour after midnight. Everyone's asleep. So they don't have to show AM or PM, because it wouldn't make sense. It would not make sense if we used PM. Sorry, it would not make sense if we used AM. It only makes sense for PM. All right, so that was a great question. Let's choose another color. Let's go with Mr. Red. First, let's erase some of this stuff. Okay, so They don't have to say that it's PM because AM is the middle of the night. Which activity takes the most time? Well, let's see. From 1 o'clock to 1:50. So that's like 50 minutes. Okay. Bird watching, 2 to 2:30, 30 minutes. Snack time, the most important time of the day, 2:45, 2:50, 2:55, 15 minutes. And looking for animal tracks. That's actually pretty cool. 3 o'clock, and it almost goes all the way to 4 o'clock, but you can see it's 5 minutes short. So I'm just going to put a little arrow, and I'm going to put that's 55 minutes. All right, so which activity takes the most time? Well, what's the biggest number here? 50, 30, 15, 55. Okay, raise your hand when you have the answer. Okay, I see Anbu hand. What's your answer, Anbu? 55 minutes, Mr. V. Oh, very good, Anbu. You're correct. So 55 minutes looking for animal tracks is what takes the most time. Okay, so that's done. How much time does it take? Anbu, could you give me the answer? Yes, Mr. V, 55 minutes. Thank you very much, Anbu. You're very good at math. All right, question C. Since we're doing it, we'll switch colors. For question C, let's actually do some erasing here. Let's just erase. We'll keep the time. We'll keep the time. Let's remember that this is 55 minutes. I just want to use a new color. Oh, I'm on the eraser. Let's go with red. And I'm just going to write 55 minutes for looking at animal tracks. So now we're on part C. How much time do bird watching and... As soon as we see and, we think of, which sign do we think of? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? Let's see who has their hand up. Oh, Hassan Ali. Yes, Hassan Ali. What are we thinking of when we see the word and? Oh, Mr. V, we are thinking about addition. Oh, you are absolutely right. We're thinking about addition. So good job. So we have to take the bird watching time and the looking for animal tracks time, and we have to add together. So let's take the bird watching time. Bird watching time, 30 minutes. And then I'm going to put my addition sign. Remember, I put it over here. Some of you guys like to put it over here. Like, what's the deal with that? Okay, don't do that. So bird watching, 55 minutes. Okay, so 55 minutes. I like to put a line underneath. Make sure I got them right. Bird watching, looking for animal tracks. So 55 and 30. 0 plus 5, 5. I don't have to regroup. 3 plus 5 is 8. 85 minutes. Okay. And that's the answer for part C. So good work, boys, girls. And let's just get rid of this. And remember, you are not writing in your books at home. When we get back to school, Mr. V will not be happy if you have been writing in your books at home. It's kind of an ugly yellow color, but oh well. Let's do question D. It takes 40 minutes to ride from the school to the nature center. So what's that place that we go to? Forest Valley? We get in the bus, we drive on the highway, we see a million cars, and then we get to this little place. I think it's by the Don River, and it's a nice little hideout, and it's very naturey. So the nature center, it takes 40 minutes to get to the nature center. Okay, so let me go up here. There's the wheels. Here's the bus. And there we go. There's the driver. Oh, there's a student sticking their head out the window. Don't do that. All right. What time should the class leave school? Oh. Oh, wait, does it tell us what time? Oh, look up here, boys, girls. It's like, there's the piece of information that we need to look at. Because it's like, at what time should the class leave school? And I'm going, I don't know. How about 8 o'clock? However, if I go back to this chart, we need to be there for 1 o'clock. Now, if we want to be exactly on time for 1 o'clock, and we know it's going to take 40 minutes, we could leave at 12:20, and we would be there right at 1 o'clock. That doesn't give us enough time. So 12:20 is the correct answer, but there might be traffic, and so I would say 12:20 is the correct answer. I'm going to leave at 12:15, and then when we get there, we're going to play for a little bit, and then we're going to start at 1 o'clock. So 12:20 is the correct answer, but really 12:15 is when I would actually leave. Okay, so that's that. I don't like the color yellow. It doesn't show up very nicely. So we're doing a few more questions. Let's go back to green. About what time will the class arrive back at school after the trip? How do you know? Well, we know we go to the very last activity. And when does the very last activity finish? Well, the very last activity finishes. Whoa, what happened? The very last activity, looking for animal tracks, finishes at 3:55. So 3:55, and it's going to take 40 minutes to get back to the school. Now remember, 40, it's like skip counting by fives. How many times? 6 times? 7 times? 8 times? 9 times? 10 times? If I'm skip counting by 5 to 40, how many times do I have to skip count? Oh, Emma has her hand up. What do you think, Emma? 8. That's correct, Emma. Thanks for sharing with that. 8 5-minute times. So this is what I do. 3:55, and then I go to 4 o'clock. That's the first, and then 4:05, 4:10. So this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 minutes. Okay, so that's how long the bus ride is. And so we went from 3:55, and I made a mistake because after 30, if I'm skip counting by 5, if I'm skip counting by 5s, I don't go from 30 to 40. And good job for those of you who caught that. I go from 30 to 35. So the time that we're going to get back at the school is 4:35. Okay. While we're here, we need to draw a mustache on this lady. There we go. And I like the bird. I'm not going to do anything to that bird. I'm going to name the bird Frank. All right, so make up your own question about the trip. What was the funnest activity? Answer your question. Snack time. All right, boys, girls. So that was a really great question from Hassan Ali. I hoped you enjoyed this presentation. And if you have any questions, like Mr. V, could you do part E again? Because you were making no sense. You were talking like a caveman. If you have any questions, just let me know. Okay, thanks very much. Okay. Go. No. Oh.